You know what? I was thinking this earlier. Hi, Bumblebees. That I haven't said it in a long time, and I want this message or this video, however it forms, you know, to be seen and heard. So it'd be a good time to refresh and say kind of what this page is about. What is this page about? What is the Beehive? Let me set this down. I'm getting a little chilly, so. Um, So, what is the Beehive really about? And that is basically love, hope, and acceptance. So, what we do here is we spread love, hope, acceptance, try to help each other, see the beauty and love every day that is given. Hi, ladies. Not to give up hope and to accept people for just exactly who they are. So it's a safe place. And I try to always keep it that way. Always, always. Sometimes it gets a little iffy. But if you are not subscribed, I highly recommend you subscribe. It's a hard word. You know, I'm good with the words. There's a glare. Do you guys see it? Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Also, if you're new here, truly welcome. Please make yourself known below and know that we're just basically 97% women. You know, we have some men and we welcome that with respect. And we just kind of chill out and build each other up and spread good news and ask for prayers in the bad news. You know, all that jazz. I'm going to clean my camera 1 second. Heather, I forgot to text you. But listen, you haven't replied to my text. So if you're sleeping, you know, like, aren't I just being like a really good friend? It's kind of chilly. I'm going to put my sweater on. So, what we got here? Hi, Miss Becky. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about a few things. Where did you sell stuff? Where do I was about to. My belly's growling. I'm on my period, so that's fun. How have I been? I've been great today. Girls, don't forget to like. And thank you, Miss Janet. Um, Hi, everyone. So many names popping up. It's so good to see you here. It's nice and refreshing here lately when I haven't been going live a whole lot because it's new to me. It's new to me because for anybody that's new and doesn't know, I've been a Facebooker, but they kind of did me not so good, and now I'm here at YouTube, and I'm super grateful. In hindsight, going through it was pretty traumatic and new. Um, so when I go live, I get anxious, almost as that I in the beginning videos when I started 4 years ago. I just get anxious and I don't know what to expect and who's gonna show up. I'm used to having hundreds of people, and then there's just the small. But I find such beauty in the small, so I focus on that. And then when you guys show up, it's like I can kind of breathe a little easier. So there's that. I do want to talk about some stuff, but I did get some packages if you guys want me to open them. I have recently missed seeing you. Well, I'm glad you're here, Don. Hi, Janine. No worries. My friend lives down. Yeah, for sure. Hi, Eileen. 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 I'm begging for you. Please don't take my man. I know it's Jolene, okay? Look at this cutie. What are you setting up for, buddy? You want me to hold you? You want me to hold you? You stretching. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? You got to go potty? Honey, you got to let me know. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Well, your water's over there. Go get it. Go get yourself a drink of water. Go. Go get yourself. Then what do you want? You want to go outside? You want to go potty and see what's outside? Do you want me to hold you? Baby, I just don't know. You want your heating pad on? You want to come up here and I'll hold you? Thanks, First Med Tech. Want to go outside? Do you want to go outside? You want a chicken nugget? I think he really helped when Heather and Allie would post on Facebook. I always post them afterwards, but I don't know how that works down there. You want a chicken nugget? Okay. I went to town earlier and got him some chicken nuggets. He, see if he tries to bury it or eat it. Hi, Chris. Happy Wednesday to you. You want your heating pad on? Well, unfortunately, you guys, for a lot of you and a lot that we'll find out. Come on. Well, you'll figure it out. Allie, funny, awesome. Facebook's going to be shutting down. Just so you guys know. He's pushing it. Oh no, he's got it in his mouth. Hi, Miss Sandra. What did you say? It's supposed to snow here tomorrow. Good grief. Wow. Go to bed, Alice. Oh, he's gonna bury it. Yeah, I don't know what that does, but we'll just spy. Yeah, oh, he's so adorable. He's gonna save that for the ants. Oh, goodness, he got excited. So, you feel better? Feel good about your decision? I love you. Can you wink at me? Wink? That's a double wink, you silly boy. Miss Sandra's in Arizona. I know. I would never think that Arizona would ever get snow. I don't know. I just think sand. That's right, Miss Betty. They have shut down hundreds of thousands of YouTubers. I mean, Facebookers. Um, they're trying to take, the world's voice, and it's so crazy to me. And I'm not going to go into deep conversation over it because I actually hyperventilated yesterday. I couldn't speak. My words were shaking. My body was like convulsing. And the reason why is my favorite rapper was murdered yesterday or Tuesday at like a.m. in the morning. So it was technically November 1st, but it was at a Halloween kind of festive situation at a bowling alley in Houston, Texas. Um, so, with that being said, he was murdered. I don't really want to talk a whole lot about it. I'm just going to get through it. He was murdered, he was shot in the head, and all of it is to be seen as it happened in front of your face yourself on many platforms, aka Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. I won't go on Twitter. I agree with the whole freedom of speech thing, but there should be a law to the family respecting such, like, the community and the people that posted these things. There should be a respect law for the family. My phone is shaking, I know. Not hundreds of thousands. Yes, Janie, I'm not exaggerating. They said 3,000 accounts got disabled just yesterday or the day before. And I mean, I'm just speaking the truth. I posted the link. I don't exaggerate, e- except on like humorous things. Like I'm funny, but that is true. I don't know. Anyway, uh, it's those things can be published where children can see, but platforms that are making a light in the world uh, can be taken down. So unjust. And it's sad. It's very sad. So it's disgusting where there's got to be some kind of law implemented stating that you cannot post a murder scene as a murder video, as well as we're standing there like it just happened. Like there's got to be respect and people held accountable for being such disrespectful humans, um, and disregard the families, the friends, and the fans, such as myself. I didn't look, um, but I did see what was on Google, and it was blurred out, but you could still make sense of what it was, and you could just see the sadness in Quavo's eyes looking at his nephew like that. Like, this is real life. And it just disturbed me on another level. And then they could take a page down like ours that's trying to spread light. So why are they taking our voices? Because they don't want us to know the truth. So a lot of you, I don't get into politics, but let's go with President T. the man speaks his truth. If you don't like him, you don't like him. That is your absolute right. There's things about him that I don't like, but I respect the hell out of the man. And I think our country seen way better days when he was involved. Uh, and it's all going to come out. And all these Democratic people, not that I'm a Democrat or a Republican, I don't pick sides, I don't even vote. I'm changing my mind as I grow older that that's probably something that I should do. I just don't know. It's hard because, as you guys see, and things are going to be coming out shortly, the votes were very much switched out. They got it on camera now of them switching the votes for Biden. So, everything's coming out. And now freedom of speech is being implemented because of Elon Musk. And so I am a very big advocate of freedom of speech, but I'm also a big advocate of you don't show murder scenes, especially before the family has had time. So I just want to put that out there. That is what's going on basically with social media right now. They're trying to take our voices away, and the Democrats are basically going to shit themselves because now we're going to be able to speak our truth, the true videos. The truth is going to be, and not in just words, and back up, showing that how corrupt the country is. So I'm going to leave it at that. You believe what you want to believe. I don't know all the truth. I don't get out there and do all that shit. Um, but I just want to just speak my behalf and say that just watch yourself on Facebook, because everything that you have is not yours. They're going to take it all. So if you have pictures you want, go get those pictures and screenshot them. If you have videos, try some way to download them, okay? So, uh, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself and get your pictures, because I lost every one of mine. And there was, Janie, again, hundreds and thousands of pictures and videos. So, that's just on a mama. You got pictures of your babies on there, and you got pictures, you think that it's like almost like an album, a safe place. And I did my research, and Facebook sent me an email a long time ago about their stipulations. I didn't read it, but now that I look, it says we are not a scrapbook. So they say that we are not a scrapbook. So, and they say it. I just didn't read it. So I'm letting you guys know, go get your pictures. Go save them. There's so many things we post, and we're like, well, it's here. But it can be gone just like that. So that is part one of my conversation I want to have with you guys. Hi, Livy. Oh, no, I want to. I never get notifications. Do you have a bell push somewhere on your page? I was explaining politics because of how it's affecting and why I was shut down on Facebook. I don't ever speak about politics, but if it affects my livelihood and our beehive and our connection, it affects me tremendously. So, I'm just expressing what's going on in real life. And that's why I said, will you listen on this video? Will you listen, or will you shut me out? I'm not going to keep talking about politics. I'm letting you know why I'm on YouTube and how it has affected me going live and being scared, starting over, like This affected my life tremendously. So if you are affected by just that little tiny comment, I didn't even say the man's name. I said President T, then you may leave this group because you ain't love, you ain't hope, and you ain't acceptance. Okay? I can speak my truth kindly, and definitely when it affects my life and my family. So, I hope you stay, but you may go. So, I am very, very aware that I'm going to lose followers tonight. And I thought it would be a good time so people can go with this video to know if they want to further move on with this beehive. I like the smaller setting because we can interact. I see more of your posts, and it'll grow at God's pace. I'm not going to push it. Jerry, it's a big eye opener. Maybe you should look into that on both ends. If something bothers you and someone else so badly that you would leave a safe haven like this, maybe it's more inside yourself than it is, what you're looking at right now. So I want to go ahead and just, clean out the ones that don't want to be here. I want you all to be here. Jennifer, at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. YouTube has made it very clear through the information and customer service that I've actually spoke to, which is amazing. I know what I can and cannot discuss. The limitations are different on YouTube. I can cuss and smoke and do all kinds of stuff. I can talk about what I want to talk about, basically. Freedom of speech. But I am not showing graphic images of poor innocent victims being murdered. Don't get me started. So, from the Wendy to another, I love you. Use me, Wendy. I can't download the pen pal address thingy because I don't know. Send me an email, and I will send you the actual list instead of a link, honey, of the the PayPal or pen pal addresses. Hi, Miss Becky. Hi, Miss Becky. So I'm going to light a cigarette, and I'm going to drink my coffee, and I'm going to sit back. Hi, Miss Letty. Cheers, honey. And I want to explain a little bit more because, I started this page. Your reference to negative Nancy's because I'm not. Dubers. Yeah. I don't want to see him. I'm sorry. Yeah, it makes me, it literally, when I think about what they posted, it just, it literally does something to my insides. I had to have a discussion with my son about he's going to be 22 in a month, about getting him a handgun. Now, I hate guns, but I think they should be legal. There should just be different kind of rules involved, stricter gun rules. But my son these days, he lives on a like near a campus. Um, blah 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 blah. And he was like, Mom, I really have been thinking about getting a handgun for protection. Now my son, since he was young, has been hunting, and he has every kind of gun licensure that you would need. He would never do anything illegal. That's why I was like, he knows what he's talking about. Me myself, I can't see owning a gun because one, I've never shot one, and two, they scared the shit out of me, and three, I don't ever see myself being able to shoot someone. I see me trying to barter with them, like, let me give you my candy, or let me take you up to the ATM and get you some money, like, let's turn your life around. This is the tactic I'd probably go for. Um, so I always have been taught from my father, if you don't have the intent to shoot to kill, then you don't need a gun. So that's kind of what I went with. My son believes like he can handle this, he if he it came to it, I couldn't. So it's like basically the world is very 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 dark. It's getting darker and darker. Um and I was thinking, you, of all people, should own a handgun. I know. My mom and dad say I need to. The noise, it's just very traumatic. Like, I don't want to kill anybody. If I end up being murdered because of a YouTube stalker, I had a great life before, I really hope that's not the case. And if you're trying to plot my murder, maybe not. Let's turn our life around. You know what I mean? Let me help you be a better you. See, I wouldn't want to hurt anybody. But my son is going to be 22, and it's like almost mandatory or necessary to carry a gun for protection these days. It's very, very, very sad. And I never did think it would come to that. But when I'm thinking about all this stuff, you have a corner of the world that is full of the dark web and children getting murdered and you know sold for body parts. You have another world where people are millionaires. You got the other politics. You got another side of the world that's gang rape. You got poverty over here. You got me looking out my window at a squirrel playing. It's so freaking blissful. You have all these different corners of the world, and my world is you guys. And I want the ones that want to stand beside me, not in front or behind me. I need you guys to stand beside me. I don't want to be brighter. I don't want to be acknowledged as brighter. But we have got to do our best to bright this world up. We have got to try our hardest to keep our light as bright as we can. And I want the ones that want you to be here, and the ones that are just like, I can't, I'm not there. I respect you, but maybe this isn't the place you want to be, or maybe not now. So, with that being said, I'm going to hit politics, and I'm going to hit religion. Can you believe that? Can you believe I'm going to hit both of those? Okay, we already touched politics, I guess. Really didn't mean to go down that tantrum. Um, I have a sweet, sweet lady. Her name is Miss Carol. And she has been a true bumblebee from the get-go. We are very close, and, as I've told you guys many times, sometimes when I get a message of your story, it's just too much for my heart to handle. Nobody wants to kill a person. I wouldn't use it. I would freeze. I would freeze. And then the gun would get turned on me. Carol CC, yes, ma'am. Her and I were very close. I want to still go see her. And so her story started getting really sad. And she would confide in me. And it was just too heartbreaking for me to handle. So I handed it over to God and guarantee I absolutely handed it to God. And I almost ignored it because it was just so sad that she was going through what she was. And if I took in every story, I don't know how I would have the courage or energy or faith to get back up. Miss Sandra, that's enough. We'll send it back. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, there was this distance. Sorry, don't let me forget where we were. So there was this distance between Carol and I. I didn't see her coming up much more, and I think we both were to play parts of that. She was disappointed in me, and I was avoiding because I know I had let her down. No, you will not. So, when I was going through my emotional days a few days ago, there was a couple women. Another one was Miss Catherine Lee in Australia. There was just, and there were several other, but these two women, Miss Catherine Lee and Miss Carol Cece, were heavy on my heart. And I kind of almost just fell to my knees and bawling in tears and asked God to forgive me for letting these ladies down, to learn from it, and to do better. And that's when I decided to do the pen pal. I sometimes try to take on too much and I want to fix so much, and then when it gets too much, I just kind of step back. And that's what I've always done in my life. I don't want to use that as my coping mechanism. So I have, with my mother, come up with a solution to fix that so it does not happen. And it's a way that I can do with good intent and I feel good about, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to tell you guys about it. It's just going to happen organically. But I'm excited about that communication moving forward. So, how do I know that Miss Carol is a wonderful woman and a wonderful soul? Miss Tammy, another lady, sent me an email, and Miss Tammy, ending with an I, she they've sent me emails and they kind of tell me about myself, but they come at it at such a respectable, good intention way. Marinella, send me send me an email. I said the first person that asked me about my father, I'm going to send a hummingbird. Marinella, you're the first one, and I would like to send you a hummingbird. And I will tell you all about Dad. But Miss Carol told me a little bit about myself and why she was distancing herself, and she was a little disappointed in me. And she has invested enough time in my life that she has the right to speak what she wants. Like Patrice, like Miss Sandra, like the other Miss Sandra, like Miss Betty. There's certain women, not only because they're older than me and out of respect, it's just they paid their dues and they can say what they want to me because I trust them with their intentions. Now, I'm not stupid and I do have boundaries, and if one of them piss me off, I think they know that I'm not going to not say something. Miss Tina, thank you so, so much. So look at this guy. Don't let me forget where I'm at. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Paid their dues. Jerry, I can tell by that comment that it's not a good intent and it's you're trying to find something to pick on me. Let me tell you, paid their dues. I don't build relationships on money. Trust me, many people in this group have tried to buy me and they just see it doesn't work. It's going to push me away quicker than anything. And paid their dues, meaning that they know me. They know me outside this group. We they paid their dues. Like my family, they paid their dues with me. It's nothing financial. It's nothing financial. So, honey, quit trying to pick, okay? Because you're not going to win on my end anyway. So, oh, Claire, that's absolutely what she meant. So, anyway, hi, Wendy. Hi, Miss Carol. Michelle. Inappropriate. Michelle, you know, it just took me until Patrice reminded me the other day that you are you the aunt of Audra? Or, yes, I know it's Audrey Cross, but I call her Audra. Or are you the niece? I can't remember. And then, you know, just paying those dues, I can tell you what Patrice eats every morning for breakfast. That means we are in each other's lives every day. So, like, I earn my dues. It's nothing financial. I know it's dues. I don't know if that automatically means money, but that's not what I meant. So, as my dad always says, keep on keeping on. You do that for yourself. You keep on keeping on. I'm going to take a drink of my coffee, and then I'm going to hit up where I'm going with this story. Earned her keep, and it's not through finances. So funny. Chocolate chips. Susan, she does a lot. Yeah, but she'll have her breakfast too. That's like her snack after her breakfast. Yeah. That's what Claire meant, maybe. That's not what she meant, meaning you were talking about me. Like, that's not what I meant financially. Gain trust for one another. Exactly. So my bumblebees know what I mean. The ones that want to be here know what I mean. Know what avocado toast. I can tell you what she made for lunch and dinner today, too. And you know what's great? She'll send me messages every day, and if I don't respond, as long as she knows I'm okay, and if I wasn't, my family would reach out to these people. Like Heather, Miss Betty, Patrice, who else? You know, we always forget the good ones because Heather isn't really on the list basically at all. No, she is definitely. There's just a certain group of girls that my parents will reach out to out of respect because they have been in my life and that's what it is. So that's what I mean. So, Miss Carol CC. Jerk, I know. It's taken me everything not... I call each other sisters. Gotcha. It's taken me everything not to come back to Texas. That's why I text you, what's the weather going to be like? I was going to send it, but I deleted it. Because I was like, don't get ahead of yourself, Wendy. Make better choices. See? I know you're having coffee right now. Of course I'm having coffee right now. I need to warm it up. Heather gave me a lot of crap about how many times you've worn that cup up. I'm like, just like, really? 4, and it's from yesterday. You are indeed going to give me smoking now. I'm sorry. I'll take the blame. Okay, so I'm trying to take a second and read the comments. They all seem to like pop up at the same time. So Miss Carol CC put in her message because she has been following me for so long. She has paid her dues, yet she's never given me a penny, but she's paid her dues to speak her truth into my life. And what I get to do is I get to take what I want to implement and learn from, and then I leave the rest at the doorway. And I think when people love you and they come to you with their input, they want you to do just that. They they have their best intentions. So that's why I can trust when they reach out to me. Like, they love me. They want what's best for me, so I need to take what's right from this. Like, I'll run back to Miss Betty not too long ago was talking about my finances and making better choices. I completely listened to her in my head, but I was like, no, I'm going to keep doing it my way because it works, but it doesn't always work. So, am I going to go head on like Miss Betty or my mother and a lot of people financially, No, no, I'm not. But I'm going to be more aware and I'm going to make better choices because of that comment, because she loves me, because I knew she wanted better for me. She wasn't trying to be mean or bossy. She was like, Wendy, I'm 70 years old. I might know a couple more things than you, and let me share this with you. So that's really what I mean by paying their dues. Miss Carol had done such things, and it was about I love hearing people's stories and advice when asked and prompted. The only way you can like do it and be accepted is you pay your dues with me. And paying your dues is treating me like a damn human. If you put me way up here, I'm not going to see you because I'm down here. And people get their feelings hurt. Don't try to impress me. Just love me. And we can be marching side by side. But if you hold me up here, Jesus was down on the earth with his people. That's where he wanted to be. He didn't want to be up here. I am not Jesus. He's my role model, He wouldn't want to be, but I did start this group, but I'm nothing without y'all. So, let's choose our words carefully, Wendy. What did I say? Let's choose our words carefully. I am. I'm really good at thinking my words out. Okay. Drinking tea now. So this is where I might lose some of y'all. I might lose some of y'all that have paid your dues with me. Just plain and simple. And that's a risk I'm willing to take because I don't ever want to mislead any of you guys. And through this journey of doing videos for 4 years, my views have changed. I have changed. My looks have changed. My life has changed. It's been 4 years of my life. So a lot of things have changed. For the better, I think, mostly, you know. It is. I did when I got Max's chicken nuggets and the parents some dinner. I got me a sweet tea and a coffee, black just so I can make it up the way I want to. But it's cold right now. And I don't want to be burping, right now. So I'm trying to talk. I've went through a whole lot, especially going to Guatemala, studying the Mayan culture, just being blessed with everything that God has thrown in my face and presented me with. And Miss Carol had saw a change. And this is where it's hard for me to not offend people. Please know that that is not my intention. Not my intention. Love you, Miss Deborah. But I want to be honest, and I want to give you my truth as of right now. 4 years ago, my truth was completely different. I had no relationship with God at all. I thought He did not like me, like whatever. He did not cross my mind unless I was met with crisis, and then that was my leaning source. But other than that, I never gave Him thanks. I just went to Him in worry. And now it's like I go to God all the time. All the time, all the time, all the time. 90% of my day is conversations with God. So Miss Carol saw these changes, and they kind of were worrisome to her. And what it was is that, and I've struggled with this myself. That's why I was so open to hearing what she said. The name Jesus. Let me just tell you. Let me tell you my feelings when I say Jesus. I smile. My heart is full. It just feels right to me. It feels right. It feels good. It feels comforting. And that's what I know I feel. I don't know all the facts. And to think I will ever find all the facts is quite madness. But I believe, like a picture said, it's one song, or many songs, one God. What do I mean by this? Too many, 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 many. There's 10,000 different documented religions. What I cannot get on board with, and I need to make this clear because I don't think this will ever change in my heart. For one person in this world, I'm closing my eyes because I'm not reading. For one person to think in this world, be so arrogant and ignorant meaning lack of knowledge, not a stupid person, just lack of knowledge of, to be so arrogant and ignorant, to call themselves godly and think that their truth is the only truth, and every other religion and every other belief and every single scientific fact is wrong. It is something I will never stand for, and I think it is blasphemy, and I want to make that clear. That's where I stand. I call my God's Son Jesus. But every religion in somewhere has a God and there's a Jesus. And if there's not, they have their story that makes sense to them. And it gives them faith and it gives them hope and it gives them reasoning and it gives them, whatever they need to be a better person in this world. So, um, I wrote it down. Hold on one second. I wrote it down last night because I was going to go live and then I was just like, I'm just not in the right headspace. I was trying to. um, but this is for right now what I am going to label myself as. And that is an omnimus. 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 OMNISN. So, this is the recognition and respect of all religions and their gods and lack of. There are an estimated 10,000 distinct religions worldwide. So, to think that just one of them is 100% correct is, to me, ignorant, arrogance, and not godly. Period. If that offends you and you're not willing to hear me out or be in my process of growth, then this is not the page for you. So, I'm just letting you know, if you're an atheist, if you believe Scientology, if you believe in basically anything that isn't bringing harm to others, like sadism, I'm not going to have that here. It's all this stuff that we're never going to know where it comes and where it goes until we know, and that's after this lifetime. Isn't it really all about wanting your neighbor, the person standing next to you, to feel a faith? Whatever fills them and allows them to be a good human. That's what God wants. That's what Jesus came here, to be a good human. It's all going to come in the end to one God, one creator. Then maybe a baby underneath that came from whatever to whoever believes whatever and what makes sense in your story, in your life, what gives you the light in your life that makes you want to stand next to me so we can light this dark world. And the only way you can do that is to be pure love, hope, and acceptance. And if you can't accept everybody for just who they are, then that's not godly to me. It's not. So, I have said from a very long time ago, I believe it all. I believe it all. From dinosaurs to aliens to atheism. I can believe why people would want to believe that in our darkest days. I can feel that. It just would be easier if that's what they choose. But what I want is to build people so high that it's like nobody thinks about what color you are or what religion you are or where you came from or this or that. It's just we're all in agreement in one thing, and that is building everyone to where we are until they see it. So many people don't see how amazing they are. We need to show them. We need to show them. And and I just want y'all to know that moving forward, you know basically where I stand politically, and you know where I stand as far as religion. I don't quite think I have a religion. I think it's spiritual. Now I feel, but I haven't done the scripture and the research. So that's my duty. That's my goal now. Is I want to continue with my feeling because it's so godly. It cannot be mistaken. But I'd like to be able to quote scripture, and I'd like to read it from this or the Quran or the First Testament and the Second Testament, and I wanna do my research. But I'm only gonna take what resonates with me and implement it. Keep the rest for knowledge base, and then go from there. Absolutely, Sean. I couldn't have said it better. Yes, I couldn't have said it better. So, you won't be judged here with me. If you're cruel with your words, you're going to be addressed. You're going to be probably warned, and then you will be removed, unfortunately. If there's any sexual comments, they're probably going to just be, you're going to be removed immediately. If you have questions for me ever, don't feel like you'll offend me because it's not going to happen. I'm very confident in myself. Question, Wendy. Real interesting. Last year, maybe you were saying a lot. I don't know what my God looks like now. You are seeing clear. It's changed or something in language around you. My God is still the same as he was when I said that. It's a God. It's a God. It's a God. It's the Holy Spirit, me, what's in me. And then I feel like to get to God because it's not a human. It's a force. It's an energy. It's something that I can or ever will get to. So I go through his son Jesus. That's what works for me. I don't know the stories. I just know what feels right to me. And it may because that's what I've heard all my life. Um, but I want to know it all. Because I was talking to mom yesterday and she was talking about your five senses. Like, I feel God. I feel God. But what about my other senses? And then that made me start thinking, like, wow, that's where the Buddhism comes in and the Hinduism, like, all that and the chakras. It's all connected in my world. It's all connected in my world. No one's 100% right. Nobody's 100% wrong. It's what it is. So that's basically that's what I wanted to get across. That's what I wanted to talk about. It's kept me from coming live. Like last night, I was doing research that is best for me. Um, okay, we need to get rid of that. We're going to. Okay, great. So, Tammy, Jesus says he is the only way to God. And I'm sure other religions say one of their prophets or God's son said, only through blah, 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 blah is your way to everlasting life. Like, don't be so naive to think that you are the only one that knows all the answers. I don't get people like that. I couldn't imagine coming on this page saying, my way, the highway, get over it. If you, like, seriously? It's just bonkers to me. Yeah, everybody will know the truth upon death. And that's where the enlightenment is just like, whoa. Yeah, but enlighten and with your senses. Okay? Well, I got this book right here. And it's super interesting. I was reading the first paragraph and I was like, oh my God. They did a study on 2,300 people at a university, and one out of every four people out of 2,300, they asked what was the most important uh, life changing book in your life. And one out of every four said the Bible. That's crazy. But then when I was talking to my mom, if this was taken over in Korea or maybe in Guatemala, the answers were going to be completely different. So I was like, oh yeah, that's true. But that's pretty crazy. So yeah, I got to do my research and I got to start reading the Bible, but I'm going to be reading lots of stuff. I'm not just going to be brainwashed into believing one belief. That's not going to be it. And my ultimate goal is not to have a religion. I don't see myself changing my views because there is truth in every religion in my world. And I think that's the most godly way. So many people go to church and put on this facade and da 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 da, but then they'll go to Walmart and steal stuff. You know, I was that person. I was that person. And I wasn't godly. You couldn't get me to steal anything now. You couldn't. You couldn't. That's godly. You can pray anywhere. Okay, so Miss Pam and Miss Betty, you both are picking on me right now, and I don't understand why. I chose the wrong word. You know I'm not good with my words. Religion, spirituality. All I was stating was, like, it made me think of Buddhism. It made me think of Hinduism when she said, invite all to listen to all five senses. Never said anything about that. Like, and if I did, it was misspoken. And if you cared about my true intent and your intentions were true, you wouldn't be like coming at me like that. You would know where I was coming from. Just stop. This is Wendy's page. And I am the most accepting person that will ever walk in your life, guaranteed. And Miss Betty, you should know that. And it hurts me, straight up. There's just several of you that are like thriving right now off of each other's negative energy. Go start a group chat somewhere else. This place is love. And you're hurtful. You're hurtful and you are so judgmental. That's what you are. And I really, 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 really thought that when you asked Miss Betty in the burn pile to get rid of your judgmentalness, I thought God was going to use me to show you, and you are not willing. You really hurt me tonight. You have hurt me several times, but I let it go. Tonight, I'm just done. You don't come at me with love. You don't come at me like, hey, baby, you probably meant to say this. Or did you know that actually it's not? It's just constant. It's hurtful. It's hurtful. Like, really? Just leave me alone. If you don't like me, leave me alone. I am a good person. And you guys just want to tear me down sometimes. It's just like, I just don't want it. Take it elsewhere. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. We're done with it, right, Max? I'm going to go over. Pam, I don't even want to get started with you. I don't even want to get started with you. And if you would like me to get started with you, it would look something like this. Miss Betty, ask yourself. You never accept me. Pray on it, because you know it's true. You never accept me. You're more like waiting for me to just break. Like, this girl couldn't possibly be, like, real. So I'm just going to wait around till she breaks. And I'm just going to nitpick at her the whole time to help the process along. I'm not going to break. I'm going to keep on keeping on. I want you on I want you in all my chapters, Miss Betty, because I love you. But you are so judgmental that it takes people's breath away. For those that want to hang out for a little while, feel free. For those that don't, I understand. It's been a very hectic, long video with a lot of information. But I'm going to go warm up my coffee and maybe add a little extra. It's going to take me a minute or so. But please do what's best for you. And I'll be back. Come on, Max. You want another chicken nugget? You didn't even need the one you had. Max. My armpits are sweating. Shit. Baby, do you want anything to eat? You want a french fry? Max, come here. You want a french fry? No? Okay. I'm just going to put these in here. You have 2 more chicken nuggets. Look, you got 2 more. You want one? What if I break it up for you? Maxwell, what's going on? Yeah, for all of you that what's the matter, baby? Oh, he's going through his period. So his penis right now is like really, really, really hard and stiff. Miss Sandra, I got these. I'll send them to you if you want them. They're elastic. I did cut this off. At Walmart. I got them a long time ago. They're very comfy and, stretchy and stuff. So last night, you want me to lay you down? Will it help you? Or you just, God, he looks miserable. He's just staring at me like, and you got cum all over my floor. I appreciate that. You want to get up on the couch or where do you want me to put you? Hold on, you guys. He's kind of going through stuff. Hi, Shanna. If any of you guys are just logging on, I think it's important. Michelle said, yeah, just Wendy. Yes. I advise you to go back and watch this video. It's pretty intense. And I think after it, you will decide if you want to be here or if you do not want to be here. And that is my goal of this because we're kind of basically starting over here versus Facebook. And I like the more intimate, small space where I can communicate with you more. And I also don't want to mislead people with my beliefs or my non-beliefs or who I am. So definitely, I encourage you to go back, and even if you just skim through and get the pieces you want, definitely go back and watch the rest of this video. As far as the PayPal, gosh damn it. I just don't say pen pal very often. So as far as the people that want to be in the pen pal group, which I'm very excited about, it's going to bring a lot of hearts together. It's going to bring a lot of friendships together. And send me an email either to Yahoo or Gmail to jerseybailey@gmail or jerseybailey@Yahoo. And send me your address, and then I will put you on the list and then send you. So that's where that's at. Baby, it's going to be okay. It'll work. You'll work through it. You'll work through it. So that is that. If you want to join the pen pal, send me an email with your address. We're only doing females right now for safety precautions. This will include trans women. This will include trans women. So I hope that you know that moving forward. I think through letters and conversations, they would let you know. Who are you talking about? I believe Jesus. I don't think Jesus would have ever went up to somebody and said, who the heck are you talking about? I believe this. So maybe this isn't the page for you. You will stay on YouTube. Will you? I hope to. If that's God's plan for me, yeah, I'm going to stay right put. So that's the pen pal information. Ow! Ouchie. Oh, my phone was going dead, so I'm going to have to hold it. Wendy, see, now everyone is angry. Yeah, because I guess they're not supposed to be here. I'm not going to fight for people to understand or like me. I'm asking for acceptance. If you want to be here in the Beehive, be here. If you don't, you get to leave. It's very simple. I'm moving on from it. As far as my dad, I want to let you all know that he had, last time he went a few months ago, they found a couple spots on his lungs, which was very concerning because, you know, after you have throat cancer, it can spread, metastasize, and, you know, it's very, very, oh, Ron, that is so nice. Wow. But, yeah, they did the tube in his nose that will go down his throat, and they said it looked great. They did a chest x-ray. Those spots were gone. Um, they did his blood work. Everything was great. It was just, I mean, it was just, I don't know. Dad was just, you can tell that he was carrying around a lot of stress. And you know, like you can get about your life, but then when your appointments for the actual to see if your cancer has returned is approaching, then it's really all you think about, I would imagine. And it becomes more and more real. And then you're doing all these tests and these tubes and IVs, um, all that jazz. And then just yesterday, talking to him when he got home, me and mom and dad talked uh, over here, and he just, you could just tell his shoulders, he were just, and he spoke easier, and he was just like, okay, you know, like at least it makes, he just was relieved, as we all were. So thank you all so much for caring and asking. Marinella, again, I do want to send you a hummingbird for being the first. I know a lot of you, like Heather, wanted to ask me. She's one of my best friends, but she didn't know how to come about if it was bad news. So um, it's just godly, great, amazing news. And I just wished that every family got such beautiful news. So it's fantastic. It's great, amazing news. So he goes back, I think, in 3 or 6 months, and we'll go from there. So cheers to that. Um, Somebody asked me something and I forgot. Imagine. So happy. Thank you guys. It means the world. It means the world. You hear my belly. The coffee's even hot. Mindy, Deborah, Vicky, thank you all so much. So dad decided, because me and mom were going to be gone for her birthday in Guatemala, and Heather let me know that actually, which is crazy and godly again, there is a hurricane going on in Guatemala right now. So me and mom would be in a hurricane if I would have boarded that plane. It's Hurricane Lisa. Now, so we had canceled mom's plans for her birthday party, and my sister and her husband had already made plans to go to St. Louis to take Atticus to the zoo and do all this stuff. So my dad got to thinking, well, mom doesn't have any plans, and it just like went from we're having a big barbecue to we are going to Guatemala, and then it was just like mom has nothing to do for her birthday. And I think on her birthday I'm going to see my son and have dinner with him. So my dad decided to get a hold of my sister, and they decided that My sister is going to get my mom and dad a room tomorrow night in St. Louis, and they're going to get up Friday and they're going to go with them. It makes my heart more happy than you guys could imagine to know my mom will be exactly where she wants to be for her birthday, and that's with Atticus. Like, that's her happy place. So it makes my heart so happy that it happened just the way it was supposed to. So they're gonna go to the zoo together, and mom's gonna get to have such an amazing time. And then she's gonna come back on. Are they going down Friday? No, they're leaving tomorrow. So I don't know how that's working out, but uh, Dad set that up for her, and I'm super, super happy that she's gonna be happy and that my dad loves my mom so much. Yeah, I told mom the second day. So no, it it might have been the second day. I said, I don't mean this in any disrespect, mom, because I know how bad your heart is broken in disappointment right now. But I am so grateful that I never got on that plane because I just don't know how my body could have taken it, especially in the mental state of emotion I was in. Of it was just it was it worked out exactly how it was supposed to, and God showed me that very soon, very very soon. And mom is my mom passed at 9 a.m. Please, you bet it, Ron. Absolutely. Oh wow, that's no bueno. See, I get those things, and I'm like, how do you respond to that? I don't even know. I don't know what I would do. It's too much. But mom is, she took her couple days of what some may say self pity. I say take it and own it, and she is just, her vibration and choices are just on another level now, and she's got uh, she's got a focus and she's got a plan. And for the first time in my mom, I see hope. Well, hope I see in a long time. No, my sister isn't pregnant. She has a 2-year-old, Atticus. She's gonna try to get pregnant. We will be praying for you, Ron. Promise you that. Just be patient with yourself and allow yourself to feel any and everything you need to feel. I have, I'm speaking out of ignorance because I don't know if I'd follow those rules, you know? So, oh yeah, I was gonna charge my phone while I held it. Good one, Wendy. So that is that. That's all I got. That's all she wrote. How you feeling, sweetheart? Things getting better. So it's stuck out now. You need me. I don't know. Am I allowed to show you guys his penis? I don't, and I don't mean it like in a gross way. Like, he deals with this every month, bless his heart. It's where it like bulges really big, and it's done now. Like, all the semen comes out on my floors. Thanks, Max. Um, but now the head is sticking out. So what happens is I have to pull the hair on either side and pop it back in. I won't show you guys, but if you guys ever have this issue with your dog, let me know so I know I'm not the only one. My son texted me the other day and he said, Hi, Mom, how are you? And I said, honey, I'm doing just fine. He goes, you've been taking up a lot of my dream space. And I was like, baby, don't worry about your mother. I always bounce back. So that's why I want to go see him because I don't want my dreams, I don't want his dreams, me and his dreams keeping him up. Like, bless his heart, worrying about his mama. He's so good. He's like, I need $400 for protection handgun. I'm like, because I was telling him about my favorite rapper that was murdered. And love you, Miss Shanna. And I was like, I need to see about getting you like a bulletproof bubble. You know, like where could we get one of those maybe? Like that you just like wrap around you. It's not too flashy and all that jazz. And that's when he said, Mom, I really need to get some protection. Not condoms, like a gun. My favorite rapper, Takeoff. Takeoff. No limit to the money. I picked the gang up, took a flight around the country. I tipped the waitress, told her keep the ones coming. Hit the store up for some backwoods, and I kept the ray running. He is part of the Amigos. And he was 28, and he was shot in the head at a Halloween gathering at a bowling alley in Houston, Texas, over a dice game. It's unfortunate. I mean, has it been a night or what? In the blink of an eye. Really cool. Very cool. It felt so real. What felt so real? Felt so real. Is that a song? Felt so right. Mmm. Feels so right. Sandra. Miss Slutty, I talked about you to my mom on the way back from the airport at 4:30 in the morning. Telling her how through your sadness and tears, you give me so much strength and hope for when and if I ever have to go through something like that. But Mom was like, how old is she? And I told her, and she was like, that girl looks like she's in her 40s. And I was like, I know. I know, I'm almost as funny as you. No, just, well, yeah, I'm not kidding. You'll get there. You'll get there. I was walking my home. I can't even speak. I was walking my mother home last night, you know, this wee walk. And she goes, I wonder how many years, I'm following behind her. And she goes, I wonder how many more years we got of doing this. That is godly and blessings upon blessings every time I follow behind her. Maybe one day, you know, she'll have a walker and I'll be, you know, or maybe she'll be, you know, 150 and still be able to walk on her own. We just don't know. But those are great, great feelings. on my birthday. I'm so sorry, Miss Brenda. Yeah, I'm gonna need all of you to come to my aid. It's gonna be, it's not gonna be good. You guys hear my belly going cray cray? All right, well, I'm sure you guys are bored by me now. Again, if you have not watched the beginning and middle of this video, I highly recommend you go watch it. Skim through if you want, but it will let you know if you want to be in the beehive or not. I'm pretty sure you will draw a conclusion by the end. Um, Again, if you want to be in the pen pal, um, email me your address and I will do that. I might do like a monthly send out after we kind of get everybody and update addresses. But I think it's really important for us to stay as tight knit as we can, stand close and tight to one another, and support and love one another. If you're not able to do that without any bad intent, then this probably isn't the page for you, or maybe it is and you should be a silent watcher and learn what love looks like. I'm not perfect. I'm not, and it would be a sin, Patrice said, if I were, because then God or Jesus died in vain, and it's just not how we want that to go down. So accept me and love me for who I am, and I will do the same for you. Be kind to one another, because it's getting bad out there. Make sure you're subscribed. It is for free. Hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. And my email again is jerseybailey@gmail. BB amazing at gmail.com or yahoo.com, either one. I love you all so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your whatever you're having. Thanks for listening, sticking around for those that did. Make good choices, y'all. Make good choices.